So I am back again for another episode of Sing Better Today, and this is already looking like the final episode for Sing Better Today, episode 5. Well, fresh contents will be coming up in no time. And in this episode, we'll be talking about performing and recording. Yeah, we'll cover the ins and outs of performing and recording. We'll also discuss the differences between singing live and singing in the studio, and then provide tips for giving a great live performance. Also, we'll cover the basics of recording your own music. Chap, you want to record your own music in your own house, comfort of your home, and provide tips for getting the best sound out of your own recording. To get the best sound out of your own recording. So without wasting time, as usual, let us up into episode 5. Performing and recording, singing can be quite different experiences, each with its own set of challenges and rewards. Like performing on its own and then recording, can be two different experiences, and they all have their own challenges and their own rewards. I'm saying because I've been in live performance before, and also I've been in studio settings before. So live performance, when singing live, you have to engage with an audience, and the energy you give and receive can be electric. You know what I'm saying? Once you are performing live, like, you need to engage with the audience. So it's important to be aware of your body language, your facial expression, your movement, as all of these things add together to the performance and they convey the emotion of the song. I don't know if you've seen me play the piano before. You can see me joyful, moving my head, singing to the song. If it needs me to stand up, I will stand up on the piano. If it needs me to move my body in a way that corresponds with the chord I am playing, I will move my body. If it moves me to turn my head to look at the singer when you sing a note, I will look and smile. If it moves me to smile and give the drummer a thumbs up for a nice rolling and sticks and stroke, I will do that, because it's a performance. Of course, it's a performance and also a ministration. If you are in a church, we are performing and we are also ministering. Two things at the same time. Another podcast will talk about this, but let's just go into live performance and understand what I'm saying here. So it is important to have a good stage presence. It is important to be able to connect with the audience and to be prepared for any unexpected event. These things happen, such as technical difficulties or changes in the set list. All of a sudden, they just tell you that you are still singing for extra 5 minutes. You have to find a song. You have to do something. All of a sudden, they tell you that you're supposed to sing for 5 minutes. They tell you you're singing for only 2 minutes. You need to bring out the alters of the most music that you have in your set list. You see, unexpected, all of a sudden, sound, it's time for you to sing, and then you cannot hear yourself, or sound just went, the generator went off, and it's just you there. Your session has started. You better start singing or do something to get to. This is live performance. It can be crazy. I usually, when I have the opportunity to teach songs, I tend to listen to the original version of the song and then listen to various versions that have been done. I always want to watch the video performance, because it has a way of sending a message to me. What these people were singing when they were doing the song, what is the message this song is carrying, how are we supposed to represent it, stuff like that. So when I have opportunity to sing a song, I go online, go to YouTube and listen to all the various versions of songs, so that I will understand the various feel and nuances that these people brought up for that kind of music. You understand? And one of these concerts I was watching, this thing is very important, my dear. It's because you cannot be going for a live show, live performance, and then you not start singing the same thing that was in a CD. Why then did I pay concert ticket to come and watch you? Or why did I leave the comfort of my home with my friends to come and don't think I have many other important things to do? For me, 24 hours is not even enough for me. God should increase it to 48 hours in a day, please. So people have many other important things to do. They will now come and watch you, and you now be singing what is already on the CD. My friend, give us something special. Like, give us something. So I watch concerts and all of that, and I watch the different approach, different special things they bring to the table, just to spicing up the original version. You understand what I'm saying? Just to spicing up the original version of the music. And in one of these cases, one of these scenarios, I was watching this concert. I think it was Israel Otin and the New Breed, and it was now time after the interlude. It was now time for another person to come up. Was it Israel Otin and New Breed, or it was Maverick City? I don't know, but I think it was one of those two teams. And it was not time for the other person to sing, but the person forgot to enter. At the time was supposed to enter, the lady forgot to enter. So she didn't just want to enter halfway. So she had to wait for that bar to finish so she can come in. So the bar was not empty. What was not playing? Guess what happened? Immediately, I noticed their faces. They were looking, and they controlled the situation because I am into music. I knew there was an issue there, and immediately the keyboardist played something that was crazy. I had to repeat that thing for like 7 times because it was so cool. It was so nice. Like, I had to repeat and then listen like 7 times all through the music. It was playing it so calm and simple and quiet. But at that point, when the lady failed to enter, the guy played something so crazy because it was not part of the set list. It was not part of the arrangement. The arrangement was like the lady was supposed to come in immediately after the interlude, but she didn't come in. So he now played something that will not make us feel that it was part of the arrangement, so as to catch your attention, so that it will not look obvious that somebody missed something. That was sweet. That was like, I played it for like 7 times. Like, this guy is good. So live performances can be so much, so challenging. It requires lots and lots of practice and lots of bonding, because if you know that this person is supposed to come in, doesn't come in, and I know that this other person has a skill, this person can cover up, it's a teamwork, complement one another. The other person can cover up. So these things, they happen. It is important you practice your performance with your band. Practice to be in sync and understand the dynamics of the song. Anything can happen on the stage. Like, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So it is essential you bond. I want to talk about bonding in another podcast, how to bond with your musicians and your team. How I was able to raise a choir from about 5 uncommitted people to about 55 committed people, and the voices are good. And of course, in the music team, in the choir, you always have people quarrel, fight, gossip, but we didn't hear all those things amongst young people from the ages of, let's say, 13 to 17, 20, 21. This young age, you have ladies, girls that always want to fight and quarrel and gossip among singers, choristers, instrumental. It's matured choir that don't do that. Let's say age of 25, 30, 35, but still some mature choir, they used to do it though. They used to do it. But anyway, in another podcast, I'll talk how I was able to groom them. No issue, there was growth, and they were moving from one place to another city to tour, to minister. It's really amazing. Anyway, that's for live performance. And let's go into studio recording. First time I entered the studio, I messed up there. The producer now started editing everything I played because I was not on time. My tempo was wrong. I couldn't follow the metronome. When recording in the studio, you have the opportunity to focus on the technical aspect of your singing, such as your pitch. Your notes must be correct, must be accurate, such as your timing. Like when I had that issue with timing in the studio, like you need to if you don't get this right, the producer now does something they call what's the word? It's been a while I did music production. I've forgotten quantize. That's the word, quantization. They quantize your notes so that it will fall according to. It's just like saying that there is 4 beats, there's 3 4 beats, there's 6 8, just like that. So if the song you're doing is on 4/4, they will set the quantization system to 4/4, so that by the computer's default, it will now begin to quantize and arrange all the notes to fit into how a 4/4 beat should sound like. More like how it's supposed to sound. It will now begin to arrange it for you. But this is not entirely correct at times, because the computer is computer. And that's why I say computer cannot replace humans. It's one that's saying as ChatGPT, every other thing is coming out. It cannot replace humans. Humans will still have to interact with it. So the music producer will still have to fix in some more notes there. And that was just it. But it helped me that day. After that day, I learned my lesson. I started working on and improving on myself. No, that's not those things that happen to me again. Anyway, we have grown. So in the studio, you focus on the technical aspect of singing, pitch, timing, and dynamics. Your vibrato. I was once in a choir where the music director said that nobody should sing in vibrato because this song didn't require vibrato, but everybody by default had learned vibrato and nobody could sing without vibrato. I think it was only his wife that could sing without vibrato. So you see, so we started going to do post-studio production. We started going back to the studio to overdub, to correct. This is the downside of studio recording. But then it's just to get the best out of it. The environment is also much more controlled than a live performance. The studio environment is more controlled than a live performance, allowing for more precise adjustment and editing. But this can be very challenging to maintain the energy and emotions when singing in the studio for a long period of time, because as you're singing, you get tired. Like you have sung the same line over and over for like 50 times. The line will switch your ear again. Like you lose interest and passion. But then to overcome this, you need to take breaks and record in short sessions, short one. But it's quite unfortunate that because in Nigeria here, where you don't have enough money and you don't have enough good studio, you just book 4-hour session. In 4 hours you'll be there. That's draining. That's so draining. Because if you don't exhaust your 4 hours, your money has wasted, and another person is on the queue to enter. You see what we're saying? And that's not too good. You have to record in shorter sessions, so as to maintain your energy level. Yeah. And then last thing I want to talk about is recording your own music. We just don't want to. We are called to be light of the world, and after doing it in church, doing a closet, you need to let people know. Like this, I'm doing. If I tell you the process I had to go through just for you to hear this podcast, I can just go somewhere and organize a meeting, a class, seminar, or symposium, and then talk to them. But it's only the people there that will hear me. So people in Europe, people in South Africa, people in China, they will not be able to hear this thing. So it is essential you also have the habit of recording your own music so it can get to the world, to people out there. Recording your own music can be a lot of fun, but it also requires some technical knowledge and equipment. You'll need a computer with a digital audio workstation software. DAW is what helps you in your music production. There are different types of DAW. You have FL Studio, you have Cubase, you have Ableton, you have Logic Pro, you have, I think, Sonic. There are many. The thing is that these are the things that help you manage the production, mix the voices, mix the instrument. And then one more thing, it's you need to get a microphone, of course, to speak into, and then an audio interface. An audio interface is what we call the sound card. Audio interface connects your microphone to your DAW, to your laptop, where inside your laptop you have FL Studio. So your audio interface, which is your sound card, connects your microphone to your FL Studio that is in your laptop, or your audio interface, which is your sound card, connects your keyboard or your bass guitar or your drums, electric drums, whatever it is, to your FL Studio which is your DAW that is inside your laptop. So I think this is the easiest way I can explain this connection. This is an easy connection you can do to record your own music. And to get the best sound out of your recording, it's important that you have good quality microphone. It's good though. Quality microphone is important. You set it up correctly and use a pop filter to reduce plosive sound. A pop filter, it's something that looks like that circular that is in front of the microphone. It could be mic foam, it could be something on the top. For a condenser mic, is something that is round on the front of it. It's on a normal mic, a dynamic mic, it's a foam in there. The idea is that it helps to avoid only P and B sound, that kind of it helps to avoid. Is a pop filter, takes them away, those plosive sounds. Like this recording I'm doing, you can get it, but for studio production, it is a controlled environment, so there are lots of mixes in there, cutting frequencies, equalizing, everything, your compression, your gating, everything has to be on point. Additionally, it is important to have a good understanding of the software that you're using, and to take time and to take the time to experiment with different settings and effects. Software, I started with Cubase, then I moved to FL Studio when I was using my Windows, and now got a MacBook. So I think I'm about to get to start using Logic Pro with MacBook. So it's good that you exercise, you experiment on the different DAWs and understand the settings and how you can which works well for you. Overall, the key to success in both live performance and recording is practice, preparation, and confidence in your abilities. Practice, preparation, and confidence in your abilities. It's also important to be open to feedback and be willing to make adjustments as needed. When I produced my first song, I was so excited. I sent it to my music mentor, and the guy was like, Jeremy, you tried it, but you have a lot of things to do. Another friend of mine, I sent it to him, I was like, Jerry, the kick was not in consonance with the bass guitar, and they both need to work hand in hand, because at that time I was mini pianist, so I just more the piano made sense to my ears, so I forgot that the music has to be complete. So you have to be like 5% of keyboard, 5% of bass, 5%, everything has to be at equal. The keyboard should not be overdoing, except it's a ballad, stuff like that, so it has to be equal. So I didn't put that into consideration when I was fixing the bass guitar and the kick. They are two low frequency instruments, so you have to mix them somehow one way, and then you have to also ensure when you play them they can connect with each other. This is it. So it was good having you listen to this podcast. So I'm pretty sure that you're ready. You're ready to take the world by surprise with all this interview, and I will bring in more content in our time. But this is where we draw the curtain for this episode, this podcast on singing better today. Let me know if you have any question, comment, any other thing you want me to talk on. Could be how to get a band together, how to build a team of musicians, how to market your song, how to identify artists, different contracts in music business, marketing strategy, or just anyway. As time goes on, I'll be bringing in fresh content. Thank you very much for your time. Do have a nice, lovely day, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified when new episodes and new podcasts come in. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.